All right, y'all, we're back again for another episode of Chasing Birdies. I'll tell you what, man, I've seen you like 4 days in a row right now. I mean, we're talking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, damn.
It's a lot of days to be seeing me. I will tell you that. And first off, I just want to let everybody know my video from social media. I am okay.
He's
I'm
okay.
not on drugs doing the video. I'm not drunk, at least not in that video. I was sober as it gets in that video. My hair was wild. That was part of it to be funny. My mom's worried about me, thinking I'm on drugs. I mean, I got people reaching out to me asking if everything's okay. Everything's fine. It was a video. You saw my chest hair. And then our dude at 19 Society did these videos that are absolutely hysterical.
Oh, my God.
Hysterical. The one with Summer and you in the back seat is like...
I was dead, dude. And then I was like, yeah, he's fine. Because you know what? I had people ask me and screenshot you and go like, what's going on right now? He okay?
I'm good.
I said, well,
I'm good.
I think he's okay, but you never know.
So, note to self, never try to do another funny video again. Pretty much.
Well, and the thing of it is, bud, is like, I feel like I know you have really good intel, but
it's still alive.
It's still alive, you know?
But I'm getting another story, so who knows? I've had two stories. I think the one that is Rory and Tiger are buying Grayson. That's the other rumor I heard.
Well,
so I don't know, but I'm sticking with my first one because if it is right, then I look like a freaking genius before anybody else.
Yeah, well, you sound like a genius. You don't look like one. You look like you're dealing with some demons.
Yeah. So, anyways, today's
that
episode is brought to you by Red Vanley. Make sure you go over to redvanley.com, check them out. I mean, all the boys on the golf trip we were just on had the shorts on, the shirt.
Yeah.
Everybody was Red Vanley'd out.
Stelly
Wop was from head to toe in the Red Vanley. I know I had the shorts on.
Yeah, they're great.
TA had them on. So, dude, they are amazing. So make sure you go to redvanley.com. I know that they're the sponsor of the Chasing Birdies 2-man event this year. So that's exciting stuff too. That's been circulating a little bit. The link's out there. People are signing up. I don't know if anybody's paying, but they're signing up. So that's good to see.
Yeah, make sure you check that link out. I don't know where it is, but I think it's on the website. You can sign up if you want.
But can you sign up for your own event? Like, I need you to
I didn't know.
up.
You know what? You told me that today, and I didn't realize that I had to do that. I just taken for granted that, like, I'm in my event.
I need you to sign up so that there's a trail of your sizes, your email address, because I don't know what that is.
You got it.
So, just, do it.
So, we had a little bit of a fun time playing golf. I mean, we're 15 days into January, 18 days into January, whatever today is, the 18th. And, we've been on a couple golf trips already. Most recently, had an opportunity. Shout out Nick Sorkin, my man. Really appreciate you taking good care of us down there at your little spot.
Probably don't want to say his name because then everybody's going to bother him to go. So,
well, it is what it is. But that was fun, man.
It was a lot of fun.
Course is great.
Yeah.
We had a good time. So swing felt good. Your swing looked good.
Yeah, I started after the first 9 holes. I got a little bit of the. I was a little messed up from the night before, to be honest with you. I wasn't to where Sorkin was, but I was feeling a little woozy from the night before. After the first 9, I started settling in, and then the next, 24 holes, because we didn't play all 36.
Yeah.
Or, no, that'd be less. So, 20 holes, I felt very comfortable, and I hit it better. And you hit it pretty good, too, bud. You started dialing things in.
The back.
That driver was getting good.
Yeah, I was hitting it good, man. I mean, First 18 holes, I just made some mess ups on the back 9, some doubles, but broke 80 barely. Other 9, shoot even, and then I was just feeling it. Then we played 2 holes and went to 17. It was dark. Then 18th hole, I couldn't see the ball. It was dark. TA had the cart parked on it, and I topped it. Cold topped the wood in the middle of 18.
How about Sorkin, us hitting this ball back, and he thought it spun back?
Yeah.
So
shoot.
It was a trip. It was a memorable one. It's an incredible experience. I mean, we'll be wearing the logo for probably the next 4 years based off of how much we bought. So,
yeah.
Great time. Any Hoosier, what do you got going on, bud?
Well, it was nothing. I don't have anything going on. Just back to the grind. It's been fun watching these wild card football games, NFL going on. So no, outside of that, it's just a matter of me staying in the repetition of swinging a golf club to the next event at Pine Needles at the end of February with me and Pizzle, UB Cats, a couple other guys rolling down. But outside of that, status quo, good things coming. And, today's guest, like I said in the beginning of the episode, like Michael Del Zotto, played in the NHL, loves golf, getting involved in some golf connecting of traveling, making trips, yada, yada. But I had to apologize to him. I mean, he was on Spittin' Chicklets, which is like the real McCoy, and then he's on Chasing Birdies, which, it's not a bad thing. We do good stuff, but it was an honor to have him on.
Yes, it's nowhere near Spittin' Chicklets. The boys over there are killing it. So,
hats off.
MDZ, thank you so much for taking some time. I know it was a little bit of a short notice, but you got it done for us. We appreciate it. And he's going to fill us in on a little bit of what he's doing post-career, which is really interesting. And I think that we should just roll it on over to the episode with Michael Del Zotto.
Yep, let's go. Oh, man. We got a guest today on Chasing Birdies who was a former guest on Spittin' Chicklets, a former puck chaser. Michael Del Zotto joining us here on the podcast today. MDZ, as I like to say. My man, how you doing?
I'm good. No complaints here other than the rain we got going on in Miami right now. But other than that, life is good.
Well, being on Spittin' Chicklets and then coming on Chasing Birdies is like eating steak at Del Frisco's and then going to Texas Roadhouse. Sorry.
You're good.
I actually like Texas Roadhouse, though.
Sometimes you got to humble yourself a little bit. You can't always live that high life. I was flying private before, staying at 5-star hotels when I was playing in the NHL, and things are a little different now. I'm in sitting in 30D right next to the shitter when I'm flying now instead.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, at least you're flying, right?
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, that's one way to look at it.
You a Southwest guy? What's your airline of choice?
But do you think he's a Southwest guy?
Yeah, I know. You're killing me now. No, I'm United or American, depending on where I'm going and obviously availability. But when I'm going to New York, which I'm there most, is definitely United. And then if that's not available, American. But I mean, any airline now, it's flying's fucking miserable, man. You're always delayed. Hopeful that you're not canceled, but the airports are a zoo.
I like United. That's my choice.
Yeah.
When I fly with Pep, he's Southwest, so I gotta roll with them.
I mean, but I got status with them.
I thought he fired up the jet for you guys. I thought you guys were living the good life.
Yeah, my son's play jet I fired up for you. Funny enough, he fits, but whatever.
Oh shoot, man!
So what's been going on, man? Tell us a little bit of you played in the NHL for a long time, had a very successful career. What about the after career? What's going on with that? Because that's what's going on now. So that's the most important thing.
Yeah. You know what? The last little bit of my career, I was getting frustrated. I was losing my love for the game. And I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to continue to play and continue to have negative thoughts towards the game because it did. I made so many great relationships, friendships, memories on the ice, off the ice. Obviously, money as well. I lived my childhood dreams, so I just got to the point where I didn't want to lose sight of that. So I kind of knew it was time to retire, and I'd been preparing for this moment. I got my real estate license while I was playing in Ottawa. I got my private markets license years before that. Every year, I tried to develop or learn a new skill or grow as a human being, not so much always as a hockey player, because we did have so much free time away from the rink that I didn't want to, just be at home watching TV and utilizing, I guess, my name while I was playing to network and meet other people and understand what else is out there. I always wanted to challenge myself away from the game when I'm done, and here we are. So, I'm doing some real estate here in South Florida, and then what's taking up most of my time is just chasing happiness, is just trying to be happy every single day. And then, doing some work, some fun work on, in the golf side, with a friend of yours, Pep, Ryan Gano. We're doing, the company's called All Access GTE. We curate bucket list golf trips all over the world. We do events as well. And then that's been, a ton of fun. As we've talked about, off the air, we're bringing on some different celebrities and doing some fun trips. And that way, we're building intimate experiences for people to get access to their favorite athletes and be able to golf and shoot the shit with them and have dinner. And we got a few other things that are kind of hush hush right now that are in the works that I'm really excited about.
Yeah, we'll talk about All Access for 1 second because we actually took an All Access trip to Northern Ireland. It was 12 of us, and we booked it the year before the first year of COVID. Got pushed another year.
Mm-hmm.
Got pushed another year. And then finally, the third year of COVID, it was like, screw it, we're going. I mean, I think at that point, Ireland opened back up. So you got to figure we booked it basically 3.5 years before we actually went. And Ryan told us to go these certain days in July. He said it's always the warmest week in July. Number one, not one thing went wrong on our trip. It was perfect. Golf courses were all set up. We got the tee times that we wanted, even from 3.5 years before that, which was really impressive because, you got to figure other people were booking trips in those times and you're still able to get us dialed in. So that was really cool. But dude, it was the hottest week in the history of Ireland, I think they were saying. It was like low 70s every freaking day. We put our quarter zip rain jacket on for 30 minutes, and that was it. The other days we wore shorts every single day, short sleeve golf shirt, never put anything else on, and it was an incredible trip. So
let me ask. So they've done an amazing job before I was in the mix, but let me ask you though, before going over there, were you almost wanting to get the extreme weather? Because like, hey, that's part of golfing over there. I know for me, I'm soft. I hate the rain. I hate the extreme weather. I want perfect conditions at all times. But that also is part of the experience of going over there. So were you, I don't want to say disappointed, but were you almost expecting that and wanting to play in that for a couple of days, just out of curiosity?
I wouldn't say disappointed. I would say it would have been cool to have those, the rain, the wind.
Yeah.
I mean, it was windy. It was really freaking windy at Royal County Down. It was really windy. But I wouldn't mind the driving rain and actually put the rain suit on and put my head down and have to. But if I were to be in that, I'd be like, get me the F off this golf course.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point, right? It's not as enjoyable. It really isn't. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, I know you want the experience of that, but that sounds fucking miserable to me. Can we swear, by the way?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. My goodness.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. Kind of 3 times, I'm just making sure.
See, I don't know if I actually wanted that weather conditioning to be, what it typically is. But to his point, we did have the wind. I don't really want the rain. Like, then you got to wear the problem with the rain is, the rain gear is still, no matter how good the rain gear is, it's still rain gear. So it still feels weird. You're swinging back. You hear the shit like wrinkling, and you're trying to get through. It's making fucking noise. The gloves, those gloves are like wetter the better. That's terrible. Then your hands get soggy. So like
that's for other things, man.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of getting excited over here.
But we got a dose of that wind though at Royal County Down. That shit was blowing. I mean, Pep, his drop
2 club
more easily.
Yeah. Yeah. 3, I mean, if you're into it.
Royal County Down is the hardest golf course in the world, right? And when we played it, there was I'm not exaggerating, 40 to 45 mile an hour wind consistently. I mean, dude, I would hit these drives. They'd go 2 holes over to the left of me.
That's what I was laughing at, because on that one hole that was kind of dogleg right, I told you, I said, dude, aim. He was aimed 60 yards left of the fairway. No exaggeration. And that wind just took that thing, and he missed the fairway on the right. You remember that hole?
Yeah, but I remember that hole. Okay, I mean, I also remember you barely breaking 100. So
that's true.
I mean, but to answer, I mean, again, it was an incredible time. The food suggestions were awesome. The lodging was awesome. Our first hotel was we almost got kicked out, which was hysterical. We had some wild and crazies in their rooms that night. People putting in their underwear. We're not going to share names because they're still employed.
Yeah.
But it was an incredible week. That it was awesome. It was memorable, that's for sure. And a lot of it goes to all access. So
I'm excited to start getting on a few of them. I've been invited on so many, and it's just, before the off season was so limited with time, and now I'm excited to say yes as opposed to no on all these different trips. As you guys know, there's so many amazing places to play, so many that are famous, so many that are hidden gems, and I just kind of want to cross them all off the list.
Yeah, that's exactly. And what you said earlier about just trying to become better as a human being outside of the hockey world. How did you link up with Gano? I mean, did you guys know each other from prior?
So I was playing in Philly at the time, and I had a season-ending wrist surgery. So I was up in the press box watching games for months. And his father-in-law is Kerry Frazier, the legendary referee. Yeah. He's got the perfect hair. It's never one hair out of place. And he was up there with his grandson, which was Ryan's son at the time, or still at the time. But and we were just shooting the shit. He's gonna kill me for that, but we were just shooting the shit. And I was just catching up with Kerry's grandson, and took a little bit of time out of my evening to talk with him. And it got reported back to Ryan and his much better half, and they thanked me basically for taking the time with their son. And we kind of became friends because of that. And then here we are, I don't know, 9 years later, and we've kind of come together, and we've always been in touch over the years, thinking of some cool ideas we could put together in the golf world. And here we are.
That's cool. That's how it is. Golf is such a connector, or somehow it just like reduces us back to basic form, but yet at the same time, we can all evolve together with this game at the nucleus. I love it.
I do have to, I got to build on what Ryan just asked you, because I mean, Ryan and I have come across a lot of athletes and have gotten to know a lot of them, and not very many of them are looking towards the future. And I mean that in the sense of like making themselves better every day instead of, go to the rink, you eat lunch there, then you come home and you lounge around and watch TV and play video games, and then you go out to dinner, and then it's all over again. So it's really impressive to hear, and I wish that more athletes would do that. And I think, though, social media has gotten more athletes to do that.
They have, thinking with social media, the access that, especially like the top players, that these younger players who are present in the social media world at a young age, the access that they get to now, I never had that early on in my career. My first, when I was playing in New York, I did a marketing deal with Coca-Cola at 19 years old, because they had done a deal with Madison Square Garden. And after the game, we had gone for drinks just to meet some of the execs, and we kind of hit it off. And I did my own deal that way. So I was always very open and social and outgoing. Definitely wasn't as a young kid. But early on in my career, I was 20 when I think it was 23. I thought my career was over. I had 3 different moments in my career where I thought it was done, and not to hit the panic button, but then at that time, I'm like, oh shit, now what do I do? I started in the NHL right out of high school, so I didn't have a college degree to go back on, or have something to at least an avenue to explore. I had no idea what I wanted to do. So I think through those situations and those unfortunate times made me realize, damn, like at some point this is going to come to an end, and what's next? And if you're lucky to get to 30, lucky to get to 35, you still have a whole other life ahead of you. And I wanted to be prepared for that, and truthfully excited for that, because hockey was all I ever knew. I started skating at 3 years old. And I was at the top of my profession, playing the NHL, 13, 14 years at the top of my profession. And now I'm in the real world, and I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. And that's kind of exciting, like working your way back up again and trying to, be someone or be relevant or successful in a different field.
How's the real estate game been treating you in South Florida?
I enjoy it, to be honest. I got it during COVID when I was playing in Ottawa, we quarantined so many damn times. I was like, I got to do something productive with my life. Everything was shut down there. I was sick of watching TV all day. It's not something I'm grinding 9 to 5, to be truthful with you. It's more so, I have a bunch of friends that are moving down here. All my New York friends are moving to Florida. Just something to have where I can take care of my friends. As any business, there's some people that can be trusted and some that cannot. So, hopefully being a trusted source to friends and referrals that are coming down to Florida and to help them out.
Well, that's going to be, you know what, dude? So like, let's say you get involved in building a portfolio of real estate rental assets to some degree. I mean, now you have your license, you'd be able to kind of work your deals on your own, save the commissions,
Exactly.
make the commissions. So
Exactly.
it's having your real estate license is certainly, it's an asset in itself. So, and South Florida in general, the real estate's just off the chain.
Yeah, everyone's moving here after COVID. People realize no matter what happens, this place is going to be open. You have why I moved here. I wanted to be in shorts and a t-shirt all year long. Like, I can't do the winters anymore. I refuse to touch snow. So I think today and yesterday, like, we're in the low 80s here. It's nice. No complaints.
We're 14, 18 days into the new year, something to that effect. Pep and I have 2 golf trips under the belt already. Now, granted, they were a day and a half each, but the point being is we escaped Southwest PA, North Central West Virginia, hit up Florida for 2 mini trips. And, he and I were walking out of the airport yesterday in Pittsburgh. We land and it's freaking 28 degrees, blowing 45, and it's gray. And we're like, why in the fuck do we live here? Like, why? Like, we have a choice, and this is where we what is it? So we because our buddies are here, so we can play in a Saturday afternoon game at Pete Dye and blah, 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 blah. But after playing golf twice this year in January in Florida, I'm like, you guys are the smart ones of the crew. Like, really. And it's not even like family I don't have, other than my parents here half the year and my, maybe some aunts, uncles, and cousins, my intermediate family, they don't live around here. So,
and that's the thing. One thing COVID has done for us is that we're able to work remotely. You could work in Florida and not have to worry about anything because you're not going to an office. There's very few companies that are going to an office. And I guess they're saying as long as you get your work done, you're golden.
Yep.
So.
Exactly. That's what, to talk about the family thing. My brother's in New York. My parents are in Toronto. I wanted to be on the East Coast. It's easier to travel to get up there as opposed to coming, say, from California, for example. But I don't know. You think about it. Think of your friends, your family. They'll be there wherever you are, right? If they're true friends, no matter where you live, they're not going anywhere, right? I think as you get older, once you have kids, that's when it becomes a little bit more difficult. They're in school. They have different after school activities and they make friends. It's tougher for them just to be moving around and get settled in again. For me, being 33 and single, I've lived in, 15 different cities. And it gets old after a while. That's one of the reasons why I did want to retire too. Like, I wanted to call somewhere home, but it also makes you appreciate and realize what else is out there and what are the things you do want when you do settle down somewhere, and what are the things that you can live with and can't live without. I enjoyed having those experiences of different cities.
That's why, Bash, like, if you moved to Scottsdale, Arizona, I would gladly come out and visit you, potentially join Whisper Rock, and I'll be your guest.
Yeah, but like Scottsdale had, yeah, of course you will.
Yeah, so I just want to say it, like, oh yeah, thank God you're doing him a favor.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, he is the guest of everyone.
It's a big guest,
and it's not a bad thing. But but at the end of the day, Jonathan is like the ultimate networker. I mean, he puts people in. It's so funny seeing people, well, how'd you meet Pep? How'd you meet Pep? Like, the ultimate connector. So, in some respect,
the ultimate guest, not connector.
He earns that.
Guest. That's what we're calling him.
He earns that, and you know what? I'm here for it. It is what it is. I get my fair share of benefits from being friends with him. So.
So the issue I have with Scottsdale, there's no beach and water there, and it does get, the mornings are cold in the winter.
I hate
right,
the
but
beach.
if you're going for golf though, you could argue there's not there may not be a better place.
Yeah, but MDZ, I got to be honest with you, man. You still work out. You still look, fit, and you got things to prove. And you probably look great on a beach.
He has stamina.
Stamina, yeah. Me, on the other hand, I got a hairy chest. I mean, we were at Grove 23 over this weekend, and I bought this shirt, take it in the locker room, and I put it on, and my chest hair is popping out. And our one buddy said, "Buddy, you look like a shriveled up worm in that shirt. So like, take it back." So that's where we're at. Just disgusting. Human.
Wow.
You could wear the Grove golf shirt on the beach. No one's gonna judge you. It's all good.
It's true. Don't worry. I'll let people know that I've
There's crazier shit that goes on here in Florida. No one's gonna be looking at you twice with that golf shirt on. I promise you that.
There you go.
I mean, that area, South Florida's loaded with golf, dude. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. I mean,
what's been your favorite in South Florida?
I played Indian Creek last week. We were the only ones on the course. It was a windy day. You're surrounded by $100 million homes. Like, it's pretty cool. There, I haven't played Shell Bay yet. Have you guys heard of that one? New one. It's extremely exclusive. It was the old Diplomat, so it's between Miami and Fort Lauderdale. In Hallandale is the pocket, right on the water. I believe the initiation is 1.3 to join. Last I heard.
Damn,
that's 1.3 million for those of you that don't know.
Yeah. But it's like insane. The golf course is incredible. They have, I believe it's 108 residences there that they partnered with Auberge that they're doing. They have the pickle, the paddle, the tennis, like all the amenities, private dock, marina, so you can take their boat there. It's as I'm sure you guys know, it's like the Discovery Land and all these massive properties that are out there where it's all about the amenities, right? It's about the amenities and the service, and that's exactly what this is. So I haven't got out to play there yet. I think I'm playing there either next week or the week after. I'm very curious to see how that is. Everyone who's played is blown away. But Indian Creek was cool. Adios is great.
Yeah.
There's so many. It all depends
on
how you play that day too. Yeah.
Did you play golf when you were in New York playing for the Rangers, or were you not into golf then?
I wasn't into it then. So I played. Winged Foot. We had a tournament at Westchester Country Club every year, Shinnecock National, like you name it. I played them all, and I don't know. I just thought it was another course. Yeah. I just, at that time, I don't know, maybe I was an 18 handicap, let's say. And I remember playing at Shinnecock, and I forgot, I don't remember I made this insane up and down. For me, it was like, whatever. I hit a flop shot out of an area I probably shouldn't have been anyways, put it tight and went up and down. The caddy's like, that might be the best up and down I've ever seen on this hole. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, let's just keep playing. Like, I never really appreciated the history of the golf or the courses. And I, had the luxury of playing so many exclusive, so many highly rated courses. And then it wasn't until I played in Anaheim in 2019 where I got to play golf all year round. Because usually I'd play for 3 months and then I'd be off for the whole season. I wouldn't touch a club. So like the first month is like you're retraining yourself to play again. And then the next 2 months, you're like, okay, like I'm half decent. Yeah. So I got to play all year long when I was in California, and I was like, oh shit, now I'm scoring better. I'm hitting different shots. I'm understanding how to shape the ball. Then COVID hits. And then Toronto, nothing is open but golf. So I'm playing golf every day now. And then that's when I fell in love with it. Because that's when I became better and I saw, okay, you put some work in, you get some practice, you understand your game and you feel your game. It just, it opened up my mind, and then now I'm a complete addict.
Yeah.
So yeah, you missed out a little bit when you were in New York, because like that, we have this conversation a lot with people, and it's like, where's the best golf in the country? And there's so many good spots, but the best New York pocket is like, man, is it loaded.
Mm-hmm.
New York, Jersey, and then you go out east of the Hamptons. I played Sabonic this summer, Liberty National. What's the one beside Liberty National? I'm drawing a blank. Extremely tough. On the same side, you take the ferry from Battery Park.
Is it Galloway?
No. It's just south of. Oh, this is gonna kill me. It's my favorite course there too. You walk it. They have the Tiger Tee on 18. Oh gosh.
It's not Galloway?
No. It's right by Liberty National. I'm gonna have to pull it up now because this is gonna bug me.
Yeah, I can't think of. I'm thinking Friar's Head or Fisher's Island, but
No.
those are.
But that's nowhere near.
Bayonne.
Like, have another drink.
And Bayonne, which is right there. It's just like unbelievable walk, extremely tough walk, but like tight course. Can't really miss fairways. That's my favorite one. I enjoyed that one a lot, and the views of the city are incredible too.
And in Philly too. I mean, you've played in some good golf cities. Philly is loaded with golf courses.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Anaheim. I don't know what the hell's going on in Ottawa. I can't imagine that you had very much fun there.
No.
B, there was probably
Philly,
no golf at all.
I played Philly Cricket Club this summer, which I loved.
So
fell in love with it
Was
there.
Hicken?
Awesome.
That's a good one.
Haven't done the others yet. I'm going to come back this summer with my boss, and we're going to do a little bit more golf in the area. But even New York too. The plan is to come back in the summer. And last summer I was traveling so much. I just retired. I wanted to do so many different things that I hadn't been able to do before. But this summer I'm going to make a point of coming to that Northeast region and just treat myself to all the clubs.
Well, make sure you come over here.
Yeah, well, he's coming to the Chasing Birdies too, man. So it's already there's no ifs, ands, or buts. He's already coming. But I would say too that New York, if you play with the New York Rangers or play on the New York Rangers, I would say that they have the most benefit out of any other team in the NHL as far as good golf courses that they have access to.
I would not disagree with that at all.
Because all these members are fans, number one. Number two, they're season ticket holders. Number three, they become buddies with these people because of where they are. And then they just play golf wherever they want to go.
Yeah. I could not agree more. I've had the opportunity to go to a lot of them. I just haven't been able to. So I agree with you 100%. I think that New York pocket is within, I don't know, maybe an hour radius from the city. You go each direction is the best golf you'll find out there, or the most amount of amazing courses.
What's like to you as not a newer golfer, but someone that's in the last 10 years, maybe just getting into it. What's more important to you? Is it the vibe of the club or the actual course itself when you're at one of these clubs?
It's a great question. I played LACC 2 summers ago, and amazing course. Yeah. I don't enjoy. I appreciate the history of the game, but I'm very much a new school golfer where I'm going because why I also love golf is me being single. A lot of my friends, most of my friends, are married, kids, girlfriends, wives. So to be able to get 4 hours on the course with them to shoot the shit, catch up with them, and spend quality time, that's my favorite part about it. So if I'm going to a course where I'm walking on eggshells, I can't pull my phone out, we can't have music, we can't do this. It's not, there's certain courses where you just kind of suck it up and deal with it. But
You're right.
For day-to-day golf, though, for me, like I'm going for the experience and to enjoy spending time with my friends. You want to have a good time.
Yeah. We talk about that too a lot. Is like, listen, if I have to wear my shirt tucked in and hat forward and no music, I understand and respect it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also love that don't have to tuck your shirt in. You can blare music as loud as you want. The no rules, quote unquote, type thing. But again, I respect that other side of it. I just feel like modern day golf is going towards that. And somebody had asked us, do you think that that's going to be at every golf club? And I said, no, I don't want it to be at every golf club. I mean, could you imagine what Wingfoot would feel like if you showed up and people were blaring music? Like, that's not their vibe. Right. And I respect that. I mean, that's why they're so cool, is because you go there and it's no cell phones, business casual type thing. And I dig it.
But there's a crossover though, like even with the modern day golf that we play with the music going. I mean, playing at Grove 23, the carts, you could rob a bank with that golf cart and not get caught. They go like 60 miles an hour. And TA was driving the golf cart through the fairways, and he's like, maybe we should try to jump this hill. And I'm like, all right. So I'm holding on, but these carts roll. But you still, even when you're in the moment of playing in that type of environment where it's fun, your shirt's untucked, the music's blasting, you got the coolers going, there's still a level of respect that everyone, at least that I play with, we still exhibit towards the golf course, no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, we're not scraping greens. We're not driving the cart on the greens. We're picking up tees. We're replacing divots. So it's a crossover. It's not just a total party per se, but it's now become this hybrid, if you will.
It's having fun and respecting the game at the same time. Right. I mean, let's cover what it is. But.
Absolutely. But a lot of these clubs, you know, when you're the next generation of golfers, how many of them do want to have the business casual, have to be, you know, no music, no golf shoes in the clubhouse, no changing shoes in the parking lot. You know, they go through go through the whole list. No cell phones anywhere but a designated area in the clubhouse. How many of the next generation golfers are going to be wanting that? Very few, right? Very few. So that's where it is for me. Like I respect the game. I respect the course, no matter where. I mean, if it's a fucking dog track, but I want to enjoy myself out there. Else there's no point in me golfing. Yeah.
I have a story. Are you going to tell the same story? Because
is it about Pelican?
You guys,
yes,
you guys both lit up there. I knew there was something going on.
He's going to tell the story.
No, go ahead, buddy.
So Ryan is a member at 3 amazing clubs in West Virginia, and you don't get into those clubs without being, you know, proper and shirt tucked in. You know, at one of his clubs, you have to change the shoes in the locker room, no flip flops, things like that. So we get to Pelican, beautiful place.
Beautiful.
Very high end and exclusive. And we get in the parking lot. We're in this, we're in this truck.
That's what I was going to say. You gotta paint the picture a little bit.
We pull in these 3 yo-yos from, 2 of them from West Virginia, 1 from Pittsburgh, pull into this high end club in this truck, F-150, cloth seats. That's a rental. And our golf clubs are rolling around in the back.
Tennessee license plate.
Yeah, like we don't look like we're criminals, just on the run. Pull in, and Ryan gets out and he starts changing his shoes. And our other buddy and I, Brandon and I, are like, "Dude, what are you doing? Like, you probably can't be doing this." So he's like, "Oh my god!" So he's like, "I didn't even think about this." So whatever, he got away with it. Nobody said anything, right? Well. My man over here goes up to the person and says, "Excuse me, you're not allowed to change your shoes in the parking lot, are you?" And the guy's like, "No, please go to the locker room." He's like, "I'm so sorry, I just did it." And I'm like, dude, why would you even admit to this? Like, you just ask the question and roll with it. Like, they're already asking us to leave before we got to the locker room.
Well, because I didn't want him to think that I was like knowingly doing it. If he saw me do it, I wanted him to know that I didn't mean to do it.
He changed from his New Balances and his Skechers golf shoes in the parking lot. Like, it was...
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I did change it out of my New Balances. But then the funny thing is, we get done golfing and we got to catch a flight. So B-Cats wanted to take a shower. Like, I don't know why he wanted to take a shower, but you know what? He wanted to take a shower, so God bless him. He took a shower. Pep and I were like, we're not showering. We're going back to the truck and we're going to change. And then we realized, we're like, fuck. We're changing in the parking lot. So literally we're in the car. We're in this truck. He's in the front. I'm in the back doing a full wardrobe change. And a guy was coming out. I closed the door because I'm like, shit, you know, but we escaped and that was it. But yeah, like you got to pay attention to that kind
But then
of
we
stuff.
left there and we're like, what the fuck? What were we thinking? Like, you know what I mean? Like we go to all these nice places and we're acting like an animal for this day.
Oh, you're excited.
The first time I'm okay with. The second time, yeah, it was a bit of a jackass move. Yeah. Tough to side with you on that one. You know.
The second one that was a dumbass move. The second part. The first part's like, dude, just wake up. Like, pay attention a little bit.
No, the second part is wake up because we already.
True. Yeah, both of them, dude. Both of them.
The one that bugs me actually out of all of them, and it's so weird, is I don't like pulling up to valet and then like getting out, having them grab my clubs. Like, I'd rather just like pull in the parking lot and walk up with my clubs. I like the feeling of walking into a club like with your clubs, as opposed to pulling up that way. I don't know if that's just me. That's just a personal preference for me.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know.
I just think the drive in is great, but walking from the parking lot and like getting like a lay of the land, I don't know. I enjoy that feeling.
Yeah.
What about a feeling whenever you're on the golf course and you're really thirsty and this, you know, drink girl comes up to you, a beautiful drink girl, because you're a good-looking man, Mark, yourself. What's your go-to drink on the golf course when this good-looking drink cart girl comes up to you?
Anything. If she's that good looking, anything. I'm a tequila guy, but I'm down for whatever the boys are drinking on the course, I'm down for. But a nice tequila to start the round. The first transfusion I ever had was when I played in California, and that changed my life. I was golfing with Ryan Getzlaff at Big Canyon, and it was actually the day before COVID like blew up the world. Like we were supposed to play. I believe our game got canceled. And we're like, oh, it's like this COVID thing's going around. No one really knew what it was. So we're like, oh, fuck it. We may as well go out and golf. And it's 8 a.m. and Getsy goes and orders a round of drinks. I'm like, what is it? He's like, oh, just have it. And that was the first time I had a transfusion, and it was changed my life.
Do you know, and I've told this story twice now since we heard the original story, and we all call them transfusions. So you're not alone there. You know, we all order transfusions, but it's actually the alcohol version is a confusion. So at Augusta National, they call it a confusion. If you go in, and I'm not speaking from my experience there, never been there. A friend of mine has been there and said that he ordered a transfusion. The guy said, so you don't want alcohol? And he said, no, I do want alcohol. He said, well, that's a confusion. A transfusion is non-alcoholic. But we all order the transfusion.
Yeah.
With alcohol. So it's like...
Interesting. So we got to start spreading the word then. Okay.
Confusions.
Yeah.
Confusions.
Which would make more sense, right? Because like there's alcohol in it, and there's confusion.
Yeah.
I'm selling.
Now I'm confused. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't see. I don't mind a confusion or a transfusion. I don't know. It's something about the high noons for me are perfect.
Yeah, but you need like you need 10 of those to get any type of buzz, though.
Not me. I need like 2.
Okay, different.
Story. You got a lot more mileage than me in that regard. And so like the other night, we're drinking a couple beers, and the next thing you know, we're like cracking bottles of red wine. Felt fine. Everybody felt fine. Go to bed at midnight, wake up to go play golf, and everyone's kind of a little bit rough. And it's like we didn't really even drink that much, but you throw in the red wine on top of the beers,
the mixing you can't.
And the shit goes.
Yeah, even just the wine on its own. Like I love wine, but you get too much of that, that's game over the next morning. That's why I drink straight tequila. The best to me, it's the best buzz, no hangover.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a big tequila guy too.
Yeah. What else can't ask for anything else.
No, tequila's great. And we just got, playing down at Grove. I don't know if Sorkin did this as a gesture or if it's like what is when you're a guest there. But we got a bottle of Añejo Cincoro.
That's Jordan's tequila. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. So it's like, but look, there it is.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's a great bottle. Great bottle of tequila. Your bang for your buck, the Reposado, not that I'm a tequila connoisseur by any chance, but the Repo is like best bang for your buck. Great taste, not overly expensive.
I like Repos and
win-win.
Añejos.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite tequila?
Cava de Oro. Yeah. It's super sweet, so it's not for everyone. It's not all the time, but as far as taste wise, like you don't even know you're having tequila. And it's got a super cool bottle. At the top of the lid, there's like an extra shot in there. They call it like the emergency shot. So like you're done the bottle, and you're like, oh shit, flip the lid over, and you got an extra shot, and like the last person would have the shot out of the lid. So it's kind of a cool little concept. Yeah. But Cincoro's up there. And there's a bunch of like just random ones that you probably never heard of that I like. I like trying different ones and seeing what else is out there instead of just going with the classic Patron and Casamigos.
Yeah, I feel you there.
I'm a big Casamigos Blanco guy.
Are you a Discoveryland guy? That's what they have everywhere there, right? On every 4 holes, like
that's the first time I ever had tequila. Well, not the first time. First time I ever had tequila was in college, and obviously, like, you puke from it, and you think it's bad, and it's in my mind. Our buddy Brandon's like, take this tequila. No. And I get there, and I start drinking. They give me the Casamigos. I was the yes sir that day. Casamigos Blanco, drank it. Kept drinking every 4 holes. Ended up shooting 65 at Troubadour, and now I've been hooked ever since with the Casamigos Blanco.
There you go. everyone has that story in college. You're like, oh yeah, I had tequila on spring break in Cancun,
Right.
and yeah, you're basically drinking Purell. You're drinking hand sanitizer. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
You get into the good stuff, but I guess you could say that with any alcohol. Same with red wine, right? Like, oh, you're crushing yellowtail every night. I'm not going to enjoy
Yeah.
it, as opposed to get into the better stuff. But
Yeah.
65 at Troubadour, I love that you snuck that in there.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, he's and he hasn't told that story before. That's the first time he's ever said that. So.
He was waiting on that. Hey.
I love it. I love it.
Bud.
Like this Discovery's doing that Florida property, which you're probably familiar with.
Atlantic Fields, it's called, or whatever. Yeah, right by the Grove. Tiger's got a property up there. The Shell Bay one. There's so much that's going on here. But Discovery, they must be killing it. They have one going up in the Hamptons. They have the one in Hawaii, somewhere else. Like they can't build fast enough.
When we were leaving, they were building out you could see. Did you notice, Bash, a couple of the holes?
Well, I
that
did.
Were like late?
I did. That's what I was going to say.
Were you working on the translator?
Yeah, I had the translator going because the Uber driver didn't speak a lick of English. And I'm in this Nissan Sentra rolling down. You know how that road's straight? And
it's a dead straight shot.
Yeah, if you look to the right, they got some of the holes carved in, I feel like.
He said our drivers went like this, and I said, yes, golf. Like, I had no clue. We literally, there was no work. Like, we could not speak to this guy at all.
No, and he's responsible for driving us an hour and 15 minutes.
They usually translate through the phone. That's the play here. They translate the Google Translate. Yeah, that's what they do as well. The drivers here. It's very, very common in Miami. Yeah, a lot of you got to brush up on the Spanish if you're going to come golf here more.
Well, he apparently didn't know that, and my translator wasn't working on my phone, so I was just like, at least he knew we were going to the airport because it's in the app. But that was a little bit of a stressful hour and 15-minute drive, especially when some road rage incident occurred on 95. Apparently, these two cars were, and I'm ducking in the back seat.
I'm yelling, road rage. There's a road rage because these two cars are like going at him here. I'm like, there's road rage. Telling this guy to slow down. He goes, see. I'm like, but you don't know what I'm saying. I'm saying.
No, and you didn't exactly. Anyways,
I'm sorry you guys had such a unpleasant experience here in Miami. Next time I'll have to roll out the red carpet for you guys.
Yeah, please.
I tell you what, man, I wouldn't mind coming back down and playing.
Let me know. Make sure I'm in town.
Yeah, we got to do that. All right, so it was good catching up with you. Obviously, it's been a while. We haven't talked in a long time, but it's all.
Well, we've been trying to get him. He wanted his career to be over. Or retire. He did it, and then I pounced on him once I saw the Spittin' Chicklets episode.
Yeah,
and here we are.
And here we are. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being patient with me. Yeah, I was waiting for it to all be said and done, and now we can hopefully advance on the golf career and be as lucky of a guest as Pep and be going to all these golf clubs. That's the plan.
That's the goal. That's everyone's goal in life.
That's the goal. I've told him before numerous times, I want to be him when I grow up. He's my idol.
Good one. Well, he's going to ask you our last segment of the show, the tap-in segment presented by Bettinardi Golf, where he's going to ask you some questions that demand your quick-witted response. So I'll let him do it. I'll let him run with it.
Right.
Favorite golf course?
Sabonic.
That's a good notch in the belt.
Played there, and I played there in September. I was it was a charity golf tournament. We had a bunch of celebrities, and we did the celebrities. We all had like our own game that we were playing. We weren't playing like the 4-man shamble. Sorry, I had 2 holeouts that day. One from like 84 yards, one from 70 something. And I just say, I don't know. It was fall in the Hamptons, not a cloud in the sky. You're along the water. I just retired. I was like, fuck, I could be in training camp right now, and here I'm out playing. And it was just one of those days that I was, as much as I enjoy the course, and maybe not the best course I played, you're asking on the spot, but just the whole experience of that day and maybe just the frame of mind I was in. Yeah. So happy.
That's awesome.
Favorite NHL city?
New York. Yeah. New York. No,
I'm sorry, but Green Bay just recovered a fumble to go up 13-0.
Oh, damn. I know I was going to say, kind of a crazy play for you guys to ask to do this while the game was going on. Surprise.
Oh, well, Anyways,
Yeah.
actually, it was an interception. It was an interception.
Anyways,
So, what would you tell a younger Michael Del Zotto to learn from?
live in the moment. Live in the moment. It's something I still struggle with to this day, to be honest with you. Always wondering, what if, instead of just appreciating, what I have and what you're doing right now. You always, and there's the good and bad of that, because there's the other side as well, that, I have this line that I kind of live by, where like it's complacency is death. I know it's a little vulgar, but essentially being complacent is not a recipe for success. So always, yeah, I did something great today, but what am I going to do tomorrow? Like, how can I one up that? How can I, not living off your past accomplishments and trying to continue to improve, but at the same time, trying to live in the moment and appreciate what I had, especially throughout my career. And you're always worried about the next shift, the next game. Where am I in the lineup, your next contract? And, I was, unfortunately, other than my entry level deal, I was only ever on 1 or 2 year deals. So I didn't have the luxury of, some of the guys now that are getting 7-8 year deals. And not to say they take their foot off the gas, but it gives you a little bit of a breathing room and a sigh of relief that you can kind of relax a little bit, and you have a little bit of a longer leash.
Right.
So living in the moment.
Last question. You already answered a little bit, so we're going to need a little something different. But what are you chasing?
Daily happiness. So living in the moment and chasing daily happiness. Whatever it is that makes me happy, enjoying that, staying involved with that. And if there's something that doesn't bring me happiness, just getting rid of that, not allowing any bad or negative energy in my life. And whereas before, being in hockey, there was certain things that you kind of had to, and in life in general, there's certain things you kind of have to take off the chin and eat it and move on. But I think I'm at a point in my life now where I don't have to worry about that as much, and whatever situation that may bring, get rid of it.
I love it.
You know what? It's funny you say that, because that's kind of what I've adopted this year. It's like, if it doesn't add value to my life or fit into my parameters, and it's not a selfish take, it's just the reality. If it's not value add to me, I'm done with it. It's not a bad thing. That's it.
You have your family, you have, I have a very small circle of friends, and I don't, just as I've gotten older, it's gotten smaller and smaller, and there's just less people that you can trust on a day-to-day basis, and know that, who's going to be there for you, that who would take a bullet for you.
Yeah.
You really think about it, how many people would take a bullet for you? And that's a small list. So if you're not on that list, you start to distance people a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
I like it,
I'm
man.
sure, my man, I can't thank you
I like
enough for coming on. And I'm going to hold you to it, chasing birdies too, man, because we're going to do some live coverage there. I know you got some potential prior commitments that we won't talk about on here, but we're going to make it happen so that you come and have a good old time. And hopefully you and I are partners, and we take $7,000 and we'll have
That'd be nice. I'll make sure I got the tequila going so you shoot another 65.
Yeah.
I know the recipe. I got all the tricks now. I'm a good listener.
MDZ, Michael Del Zotto, my man, thanks so much for joining us here on Chasing Birdies.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it. And hopefully we'll be seeing you soon.
Thank you, MDZ, for coming on the podcast. It was great having you. It was fun yucking it up a little bit. We didn't talk too much about hockey, which is always, it's fine. It's fine to not talk about hockey. It was nice to talk about the golf and what he's looking for in a round of golf and all that. I know some people are probably asking, well, what's this Uber ride that we had? It was a little frightening.
It was.
My man picked us up from the golf course in what felt like a tic-tac, and we got in. No English, he kept saying. So Ryan brings up the translator. Translator fails us. Doesn't work.
Big time.
We're driving down the main road, and for an hour and a half in this car, and I look in the rearview mirror, and 2 cars are swerving back and forth, almost trying to hit each other. So I'm yelling, road rage, road rage.
Yeah.
Ryan's ducking. He's ducking because who the hell knows? There's somebody could just potentially start shooting. It was literally right behind us. My man started saying, see. Okay, so obviously he understood what I was just saying. Okay, and then he gets upset. I felt like he was getting upset because he wasn't involved in it.
Well, I tell you what.
He starts speeding up.
Yeah, that's the problem, because he was on E. If he starts hitting that little 4-cylinder, ramming it down there, who knows what happens. The miles per gallon goes way down. We run out of gas on the freeway.
And we're not doing this podcast.
And we're not. But
so then we pull up to the gate, and literally the guy was on E. He said, "See, look."
Yeah, he was on E.
Yeah.
Well,
So
we made it, buddy.
But Michael Del Zotto, my man, we look forward to playing some golf with you. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I think anybody coming somewhere.
Yeah, you know what? We might hit him up for a little, him and Gano, for another All Access. And if you guys are out there listening, want to plan a golf trip, make sure you do look at All Access GT, because it's they did a really good job for us, and we would definitely use them. But you don't need All Access to book you up at Nemacolin, because Nemacolin is a 5-star five diamond, whatever. It's plush. It's great. So get yourself over there to Nemacolin in Farmington, Pennsylvania. Check them out online at nemacolin.com. Golf is coming up. The courses are phenomenal. The stay is phenomenal. Your whole family will love it. And that's where we're going to have the Chasing Birdies 2-man this year. So shout out Nemacolin. Appreciate all y'all do. Make sure you give them a look on Instagram. Check them out online at nemacolin.com. And that's that, bud.
Yeah.
It's almost the weekend.
Yeah, it's almost the weekend. And I guess the next time I'm probably going to see you is at, I mean, hopefully I see you before then, but probably Pine Needles, dude.
Well, yeah, I'll see you before that, buddy. But if I don't, I'll definitely see you on the video platform. So yeah, so guys, as always, thank you so much for your support, for listening to us to yuck it up a little bit. Thank you to MDZ for coming on. And as always, like Pep says, check us out online. Chasing_birdies on Instagram. ChasingBirdies.com. Trying to release some new merch season by season, day by day. Not doing a great job, but we'll get there. And anything else you want to say?
There's nothing else I want to say other than go have yourself a great rest of the weekend. Make sure you chase them on the golf course, off the golf course. And thank you for listening. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, guys, we appreciate the listen. And thank you to Evo and his team at Simpler Media for putting this together. Jake, Jacqueline, DiPaterio, Rachel London, thank you, ladies, for helping us out. You guys have a great weekend. Watch some football, make some air swings, and we will catch y'all in 2.